There's going to be tens of people watching.
USSSA podcast show live. We are live, folks, and this is the one you've been waiting for. This is the major recap and rumors episode. It's going to be chaos. I'm David Siteman Garland, your host, player sponsor for Siteman Pure. I'm going to try to control the chaos here on today's show. That's my goal. I want to welcome our panel. First of all, we're just going to go around the room. We've got 2022 major champion Josh Kirsten, center fielder for MPT. Little clap from the crowd here. Swings Suncoast. Congratulations, Josh. We'll talk about that here coming up. We got Jason Magnum, catcher for Monster. Swings DeMarini. Joel Sanchez, the shortstop for SNE, and the Swami of softball. And also, in some cases, I don't know exactly why, also the scapegoat, I would say, the scapegoat of softball, Dale Weiser, DW, from ConferenceUSSSA.com. So, folks, let's go really quickly. I'm just going to read off the champions just to give their acknowledgement to them as we get started here. We're live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're in a variety of places. We're on the Conference USSSA chat as well, where we're going to be able to go through a lot of rumors and have a lot of fun here today on the show. But a quick acknowledgement, of course, in the B, we have True. So it's True Stub Terminal Timeless LAES champions in the B worlds. We had Anarchy, Smash It Sports, Bololi OA in A world, Double A, Competitive Edge, Almeida Heat, Suncoast, and the major, of course, was MPT Rentals. In the women's A, we had Smash It Incognito. The women's Double A was Extreme, and the women's major was the Smash It Derby Girls. So first of all, congratulations to all the champions. Let's start with you, Josh. We're going to go right to the mountaintop. Congratulations. I mean, do I even have to ask you how your worlds went? But I have to do it anyway. So tell us a little bit about it.
No, thank you. I'll try to recall as much as possible. I'm not sure I've slept yet. I don't know that I'm in my own house, and this is not coffee. It was great. It was a dream. I mean, listen, dream come true when it comes to softball, right? It's everything that it's been explained. The weekend was phenomenal. It went as smooth as it could be for us. I'm sure we're going to talk about it a little bit with the balls and what have you, but we were able to overcome, what was played and whatever was on the field, and our defense and Bill Pinkham leading us pitching did a phenomenal job, and just did what we had to do to get it done. And congratulations to Competitive Edge for making a heck of a run, putting together the ideal Double-A team, and winning a Double-A World and making a run at the Major World Series. That's what they're supposed to do, and that's exactly what they did. And so a lot of upsets, right? A lot of holy crap moments in the Major World Series this year, and I'm excited to get get Joel's take on it, to get Mags' take on it. And Mags' team had a heck of a run too. So congratulations to them. We played them in a really tight, contested game, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, the scores were definitely a lot lower than we're used to and than we want, right? I know I want a better ball, right? I know it's a Major World Series. It's for the Smoky and the Major. We expect home runs, and the fans expect home runs, and they expect higher scoring games. And that doesn't mean that these games weren't fun, right? It doesn't mean that they weren't super close and a lot of intensity in them, both from the fans and from the teams, because that was definitely the case. So, great tournament though.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Josh, congratulations. And yeah, I'm sure we're going to have a lot to unpack throughout this episode for sure. No doubt on that. So congratulations. Joel, so you were down there, Double A and the major. So tell us a little bit about how it went. Look at that face.
Well, the Double A, I don't even want to talk about. The Double A was just, man, I just got to say, Bay Area, what a great job. Like, you guys looked like you didn't care about anything all year round. And then the Double A, you're like, oh, yeah, this one matters. Hey, you guys want to string up, like, just beat everybody in the tournament? Like, oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Great job, Mooch. My boy, you got Dylan Smith, you got Trailer, you got Mr. Bradley Scott, you got you got all the ghetto boys in there. It's freaking awesome. The major, yeah, the balls were, yeah, it was hella disappointing not watching the light show that everyone's been expecting all year round. But right out of the gate, Proton beats Smash It. Then Rock Run almost beats Resmondo. But then Rock Run starts beating everybody real there. Rock Run got 5th in the B, 4th in the A, and 5th in the major. You're like, what? And usually everyone gets hit with the book of rules. Not the Amish, though. Did you make the major? Yeah, you're still allowed to play the B Worlds. It is what it is. I'll let that slide. But then they started holding people to like precision. They always put up 1,000 runs against us. Is that the Amish? I'm only going to put up 3 runs here. I'm okay with losing to them. 6-3. You're going to tell me it only takes 4 runs to beat you. Okay, I'll take that. I got no problem with that. And then to watch them as Mr. Chad Mullins gets to the home plate and bases loaded. And I'm really like, all right, what's the most he can do here? Oh, did we forget he has automatic power? Blast one over right field. Like, even me and the wife are watching, and we're like, oh, no. Like, we were hurt. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I missed the Smash It Resmondo game earlier that morning.
Got to get up early in the morning.
Oh, my word. Like, I watched a little bit of it. And at first, when Dale Brungard decided to play hacky sack with that ball at third base, that Tyler hit him, and I was like, oh, no, that man's on suicide watch for sure. Mr. Elwanger. Oh, man. Like, I've only seen that video once, and it makes me, like, sad. Like, when you see Harry Potter's uncle die in that movie, like that. That's what it felt like for me. I'm really like, oh, bro, we all like that dude. Oh, no. And then Competitive Edge just beats everybody. And then they meet MPT in the end. And Ryan Harvey's having a tough time hitting it out. But not all these tiny little lefties from that team. Up is down, and down is up, and finally Flip got his major, and bro, Orlando and John Williams playing shortstop. That's my dog. I told you, don't sleep on that big man. Footwork, unbelievableness. I think JoJo Bennett, you got all those dudes, and then my favorite human being of all time that people still don't kind of know, Mr. Chris Aninos. God, I love that guy. Like, that is my #1 favorite player ever. Like, he's incredible. Like, man, that major was just banana sand.
Crazy.
And then Mr. Andy Purcell is going to be his last one. Sure. That's his last one.
You know what? You don't believe it? Well, we'll talk about that. We'll get into, maybe that'll go into the rumors segment. But, Joel, I appreciate your always candid comments on the major. Mr. Jason Magnum, tell us a little bit about it. I know that you're not going to be shy. I got to tell you, by the way, I was listening to you in the booth, I got to say, and I've never laughed so hard. And my wife's like, what are you even laughing at? Because I was watching it. I had headphones in. And I got to say, every comment just was making me laugh. But anyway, tell us about your major week and any thoughts.
Well, y'all might have a hard time hearing me today. You know, my voice is always gone. I talk a lot of BS, and I do a lot of shouting and screaming in the dugout. So trying to get my voice back. With that being said, let me first congratulate MPT, man. Great. I got a lot of friends over there. I ain't got nothing but respect for 99.9% of the people over there. Everything's great. Man, congratulations. I ain't a sore loser. I mean, I'm glad me and Josh go way back. Pink's the biggest difference maker in softball now that Purcell's put himself on the shelf. And it's well deserved. I've been battling Pink for a long time. Big John probably should have been Offensive Player of the Year, but who knows? And I don't know, man. It was chaos. We came out Wednesday night. Sorry, let me get my days straight. We came out Wednesday. Ball was flying. We was hitting them over scoreboards, backstops, a few we didn't even hit good or going. I'm like, man, it felt so good after Dudley. Let me clarify this. It's not your USSSA problem. This is a Dudley problem. They need to cut contracts, do whatever they need to do, throw Dudley in the trash can where they belong with these balls. Tired of it. They made us look like idiots at the Smoky, and they embarrassed us at the major. But we come out Friday, and everybody's happy. Joel Josh, every single player that made the World Series is happy to hit this, finally a good ball. Gets out Friday, nothing short of what we expected. We putting on the show, everything's good. Second game, we play precision. We don't know the ball's been changed. And we're too dumb to figure it out. I got a bunch of look at Mark Wick. What Mark Wick signs his name in the crayon. You can't tell me this dude knows the difference between the balls. So we get out there and we only score 12. We go to a barn burner and we go back to the hotel and everybody's pissed. We're like, man, what the hell are we doing? This is our show and we only put up 12. And I reached out to DW and found out, hey, it's the balls. Okay, now we got to prepare better. And it just didn't work out how we wanted, man. Pitching was the most vital. Pitching and defense and some other factors, that might come out, might not, is going to contribute to a lot, man. But it wasn't the hitters, and I know we all suck and everything's terrible, and we've heard it all, and we are embarrassed, every single one of us. Even the winners on that team, they won, but if you look back at their performances, they're probably embarrassed. This is stupid. And you would hit the ball in the gap, and the ball would hang. And Steele Lewis told me Saturday, he says, I don't give a damn where the ball's hit. I feel like I can catch everything in the park. And Josh would tell you the same thing. Like, you couldn't cut a gap. You couldn't. How many rollovers you see? Zero. And I'm not complaining. I'm just breaking it down to the common fan and letting everybody know exactly what, as a player, is what we're going through. And it was a struggle, and it was fun, but I didn't play baseball. I boxed. I played basketball and football growing up. Baseball was boring to me. So baseball is still boring. I played it this weekend. I think it ain't good to me. I don't care about baseball. It's like watching paint dry. So with that being said, man, we gave us a hell of a run, man. We tried, and it just didn't work out for us. And we were disappointing ourselves. We felt no matter what the conditions was, we should be right there with NPT playing in that championship. And but I do got to ask one question, David. So NPT, Major World Champs, right?
Correct.
Who won the AA?
What, this year?
Yeah.
Competitive Edge.
Who won the A?
Anarchy.
All right, it makes sense. It makes completely sense. I'm just gonna say that. Whether people figure it out or not, it makes completely sense. Congratulate all three teams. Congratulations on your world championships. And I'm gonna pass the mic with that being said right there.
Jason, now are you referring to my perfect predictions where I went 3 for 3 that all three of those teams were going to win? I'm assuming that's what you meant, right? That's what it was. Because I went 3 for 4. The only one I missed was I picked us, of course, and B. That's the only one I missed.
I think you probably had some inside information when you was at the bat manufacturer, meeting that weekend or something. I don't know. You might know some stuff. You had some inside information, Dave.
I did not, but listen, if I had inside information, I would use it. I'll tell you that right now. So, but congratulations, though, seriously, to everyone. I mean, obviously, it's a tough game, and especially when the game maybe is a little bit different than what you're expecting when you go into it. It can change a lot of things. So congratulations to everyone as well. DW, got to chime in here, of course, with you, and I know we're going to move on to rumors here, but just I'm sure you've got some insightful thoughts that we look forward to as I take this.
So I was thinking what to say. I was thinking what to say for this segment, and I read an Old Scout post, KC number 15. Email me, because this guy summarized the major really well. I'm going to steal his notes and embellish it a little bit. I survived a hurricane, sort of, the week before. Then we had all those worlds, which I'll have reports and condensed games for the next 60 days going up for everybody to watch. But congratulations to MPT. 14% of the people picked MPT to win in the poll, and they were the 3 seed. So again, we haven't had the 1 seed win in 5 years. Competitive Edge, well-deserved second place. I picked Monster originally, and I picked Monster again after they lost. So I went down in flames. Brock ran a great season, as you said, a 5th, a 4th, and a 5th, and got walked off, or they would have been 4th at the major. Resi in October didn't happen. They finished 7th. Andy, congrats on your career. After one of the games, I asked him for a team picture. He yelled something at me like, don't talk to me like that or something. I just want to say 50% of major players, when every major player's cool when you're one-on-one, but 50% of major players are pure prima donnas, and that's all I'm going to say. And everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Damn, mic drop, DW, mic drop.
Yeah. So again, congrats to Mark Carucci, Seth Green, Sonny Pilcher. These guys get hammered on the Old Scout. They get hammered on Facebook. They all know the game in their own way. You might not agree with them, but they know the game, okay? They do it different, right? Mark Carucci does it different than any other manager, but he is the world champion. That's all.
Yep, that's all. He just holds up the trophy now, right? You know, so that's where we're at. So
there's no need to shout, DW.
Yeah. So now, you know, it's funny. This is, as you know, Conference USSSA is very different than a lot of other sports. Is that now we kind of go right to next year? I mean, meaning, you know, this isn't a sport where someone has like a 10-year deal and we all know about it and it's all in public and this is who they're going to play for and this is how it's all going to work, right? This is softball, so we've got chaos, right? So now we're going to talk a little bit here. We're going to get sort of into the rumors. And by the way, you're watching here live. Feel free to chime in. There's a variety of places you can chime in right now. You can go on Facebook, right? So if you're on Facebook, you can chime in on Facebook. Let us know any questions, rumors, thoughts, things like that as well. I'll be checking that out. DW, you're going to be in the Conference USSSA chat room. So people are in there a little bit more anonymous, gets a little spicier in there as well. As that we're seeing that going up on the screen, including Competitive Edge. We're looking at their potential roster for next year. Okay, that's interesting. And yeah, so let's go through it. So DW is going to start here with Competitive Edge, complete roster, and then we're going to go around the room.
Right. So Competitive Edge sent their roster in. I will have to say, I believe I heard, and maybe a few players on the call here have heard, that they're not doing USSSA player contracts. I meant to ask Stro, I forgot to do it. But if that's true, then what locks a player onto a roster between now and the time they take the field?
DW, I don't have the full answer for this, but I can tell you last year that the player contracts were not even something that conference asked for. They
don't ask for it
anymore. But that's a great question. Meaning between the day that someone commits and actually shows up on an online roster, is that what you're kind of getting at?
So when we talk about these teams, like what locks these guys in, I don't know. But Competitive Edge sent me the roster. Hopefully, most of you can see it on your screen. If you're watching on a phone, you probably can't see it. But it's Tyler Irvine, Connor Murray, Bubba Mack from Resmondo, Logan Rogers, Kyle Pearson, the original from Smash It, Brandon Jackson stays, Ryan Honeycutt stays, Brian Zirkle takes over center field for Mitch Lendensky, who's having shoulder surgery. They pick up the batting champ Brandon Streets. Joe Bolin stays, LC Watson stays at pitcher, and then the bench, Mason Farmer, Sean Ramsey pitchers. Billy Sanders comes over from Baugh Ford. Taylor Cobb stays, Casey Scoggins stays, and Cody Roten stays. They're not sure on Mitch Lendensky if he's going to be able to play at all in 2023. But there's your roster on the screen. Maybe other people here, Josh or Jason or Joel, have heard different. So you guys can chime in. What do you think about the roster? And we'll read some chat and comments on Facebook as well if someone has something different.
Well, I'm seeing the chat right here. Go ahead, Joe.
First, I forgot one little part about this. I don't know if you guys heard of this guy, Tyler Irvine. He won home run champion of the season, offensive MVP, first team all conference, AA world champ, all tourney, all world home run champ in one season.
Joel, you forgot he's also a great color analyst on the broadcast.
No. He's super one night stand. Like, he was done with us, and as soon as we ended, he's out of here. Boom. He didn't want to chit chat with nobody else. Like, I did my part. I'm out of here. Bye. And then, nicest guy ever. just you could shake his hand. He's also a giant man. You could wrap your head around that. Like, I got no problem. That was one of the DW. Would you say that's one of the greatest seasons ever a human being could ever have in softball?
Yeah, for a power hitter, that's about the best you can do, except maybe a Triple Crown.
Okay. Sorry, you're Triple Crown short there, Irvine.
Next
You
year.
slacker. Connor Murray looks like they traded him for Roxby. That's pretty dumb. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Bubba Mack, great pickup. Logan Rogers, I don't know who that is. And then Kyle Pearson, Brandon Jackson, Ryan Hunter, Brandon Streets. That guy knows how to hit a little bit. And I don't see the other guy that carried the team. What's his name? Jason Branch. Hey, has that guy been, lethal his whole career? Yeah, let's bench him in the championship. Yeah. Watch him blast one out of the stadium out of anger. He could have hit it with the trash can. How mad he was.
Yeah, Rogers is the shortstop. He's the shortstop that one of the league leaders in doubles and triples.
I know what I said.
Yeah. I want to say that was Joel doing Joel things there. GW.
Yeah. So no, they're coming right back. And like I said before, Mitch Lindensky, I'm not sure having two shoulders would help him. Him hitting with that one shoulder way better than every other lefty I saw hitting. Like, that was magic. That dude was crushing.
You took that out.
I haven't seen a little lefty like that hit it ever. That was awesome.
Take it out of my mouth. He don't need to work on that shoulder. When he's in
for real.
Field and nobody else can't, man, don't touch that shoulder. Come back with that shoulder.
What if he takes away his other shoulder? He might hit it better with no shoulders.
J Mags, what's your take on the roster here?
Man, I see Mark on here on the chat. I'm not even gonna open this can. Cut all the bats you want, Mark. Let's don't even go there. Congratulations to you on your AA win. You're gonna have a hell of a roster next year. Let's just leave it alone. And then I think competitive edge, I'm gonna go out on the thing. I think they're gonna be the number 2 team in the country next year. I really do. I think they'll be fighting probably MPT for that second and third spot. I mean, I love the roster.
I think you meant first and second spot.
Nah, bro. Exactly what I meant. It's gonna be an even playing field next year, brother, man. We're gonna see how it works out for y'all. I don't know why Branch ain't coming back. Branch is a stone cold hitter. And I like Branch. And I chirped Branch a little bit in the first game of Smile but Branch is a lot to deal with to some people, but I'm telling you what Branch brings to a team. I've never played with him. I played against him, but man, dude's a stone cold hitter. And I just love his game. Some of the stuff I don't really care for. And I think if he didn't have that part, he would be up there on the biggest teams, being like the face of whatever company he's with. Man, shout out to Branch, man. Coming in, hitting that ball on the scoreboard. Man, good job, brother. Number respect to you. I think competitive edge is going to be great. I love the roster. I love how they form. They go after good people, kind of like we do over here on Monster. They go after good people. And, man, I ain't got number respect and love for the team. But I think they're going to have a hell of a roster. And they got Brandon Miller over there coaching, and I think they're going to be real good. Bubba Mack, you can't even emphasize how big that pickup is to get Bubba Mack. Because I'm going to be honest. At one point, old Monster over there had Bubba Mack signed, sealed, locked, and delivered. Now things changes. When we go back to this the roster thing, what locks them in? Well, I'm gonna just be honest, and this ain't just towards Bubba, this towards a few others. It ain't the word that locks them in. If you take their word, if you take their word, to lock these sponsors, take their word, these players to lock in, don't even throw that shit right out the window. It's got to be when you lock it in on a computer, because just taking a man's word nowadays, it ain't worth a damn.
Yeah, DW made that point earlier, and Josh will go to you in a quick second about just, that'll be interesting to find out soon. I'm assuming we're going to find this out soon about how you can lock in your guys, ASAP, because you know how that works. It's chaos. So, but yeah, J-Mags, very good. I love the mix on this team of just guys that they've kind of developed and found, mixed now with guys that are kind of, proven stories, right? So it'll be very interesting. I mean, going to be a very, very good team. I mean, I don't think anyone can doubt that. JK, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean they're going to have a great team as they have in the past couple of years, and Mark does a lot of things great, and this is one of them. And he picks up the right people, like J Mac was saying. He picks up people that fit with their culture, fit with their mix, and then this is a perfect example of something Todd Anke and I talked about on the broadcast during, I think it was the Mazda game. It's like chemistry is so overlooked in softball amongst fans and what have you. Everyone wants to look at names on paper and what have you. That's not what wins games. Like, if you have chemistry, I can have lesser talent on that team and beat a better team on paper. I promise you. And I'll beat you 8 to 9 times out of 10. Like, chemistry wins ball games. And so they're going to have a good team. They're going to have good chemistry, and they will absolutely be competitive in the major division and be right there at the end of it, just as they were this year. And so in regards to what J-Mac says about like having guys signed, sealed, delivered, yeah, that don't exist. Not in this world, fellas. Like, this week is going to be absolute chaos, as it is every year. I guarantee you, whatever we talk about today in regards to other teams and what have you, we could say, oh yeah, this person's going there and that's locked. 2 days from now, that person could be going somewhere else. And it is chaos, right? In regards to what I have heard and how they do plan on locking players in, is other associations do something similar. I think U-Trip is adapting to an online roster invitation, and then that player accepts the invitation, and then they're locked in with that.
That's a good idea.
Of that sort. So I'm not sure if that's been confirmed. That's what I was told, though.
Man, let me
that's
say
a good
this
idea.
about Josh.
Oh, go ahead, J-Max.
Excuse me. What Josh just said, chemistry. If y'all ever hear me all the time, people say, well, how do I get to that level? Everybody says hustle, hit. I always say, be a great teammate. Like, that goes so far. You can have a dude who hits 720, total diva, like DW said, just scum, but he can hit a softball, big deal. And then you got somebody like me, 690, 700. That's not elite EH numbers, but guess what? That's only 2 at-bats. Every 100 at-bats, that's only 2 more hits. But I believe in team. I believe in leadership. I believe in a team camaraderie, chemistry. I am the biggest believer in team chemistry. And Josh knows it. Me and Josh plays. Josh will tell you, and most everybody on there, every team they've ever been on me has been one of the best and funnest and best chemistry. Because if you mess up on my team, I'm going to give you one time, and I'm going to come talk to you as a man and explain we don't do things like that. The second time, I'm going to come to your hotel room and explain it to a little bit more. I'm going to give you a better understanding since you didn't understand proper English. Now I'm going to go south side of Atlanta on your ass. But, Josh, that is the biggest stuff you can say, man. Chemistry is everything up here. The only thing separates, you got your top 3 or 4 teams, 5 teams now that are up there, but you're 6 through 12. That's just if they bond and they come together, because everybody up here can play the game. No, as bad as we look, everybody can play. So chemistry, man, preach that shit, Josh. I like that chemistry, man. That's good.
Yes, that's the X factor, right? Is the chemistry and teammates and how things go. Yeah, go ahead, Joel.
And then I think back off of that.
TW has also monster to put up here in a second.
I was listening to you commentate with Austin Andrews, and I was listening to you guys with the whole chemistry thing, and I had the biggest laugh in my own head, because everything that Mag said, without a doubt, unwritten rule, boom, you can write it down. That's in the manual, hands down. But what I think when I hear the word chemistry is, if I were to run into Josh Kirsten, Orlando Castillo, Flip Washington, Ryan Harvey, and Tom Williams at a bar, what conversation is taking place at that table where you put those dudes in a dugout and they run through people, and they have you would never expect having a conversation with Orlando in Spanglish about all these hardcore things that me and him go through, and then you turn around, you have Josh, the Danny Tanner, the real straight edge across the board, doesn't really talk smack about people, but real positive and hey guys, how many pairs of New Balances do you use to cut your mow your lawn with? Awesome. I love that. And bro, that goes beyond chemistry. That is one of those things where it's just like, you guys just nailed it. And you guys just ran like that. I was cracking up about that for like 10 minutes on my own when you guys were announcing that the other day. So like I had the caveat off of that because that was like borderline like genius of a point. Like I really appreciated that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of chemistry, Joel, let's talk. I mean, DW, I think you had Monsters roster ready to roll too. Monsters, rumored roster.
Yeah.
But do you want to chime in on something?
No. So Competitive Edge sent me that roster, so I felt comfortable posting it. The rest of these major teams, it's going to be their 2022 roster, and you guys, Magnum, everybody here, we're going to have to build what that looks like.
So we're gonna have to bring out like the Sharpie and start crossing people out.
Yeah, this is the
adding people in, moving people. Got it.
All right, this is the 2022 roster.
Cross them off the list then.
So we'll hand it over to Magnum, and he can tell us what he can tell us so far changes for 2023. Here's the 2022 roster.
All right, my cash app is JMag29. If you want the info, to be sold, not told. So let's get these little ding-dings going and let my cash app blow up, and I'll tell y'all. Nah.
Cross number 12 off.
I'm counting.
I'm gonna peel back the curtain a little bit. Like I said earlier, we have a couple major names that are supposed to be with us, but I don't want to announce it just yet. All right. So I'm gonna say Moose was going to MPT. I seen. So congratulations on that. People said he was going to MTT, but he's not. Take that X off, DW.
He got you there. Gotcha.
Right there. Let's put Moose up top. He is back with us. He is 1,000% with us. Got my little brother rolling with me. All right. Stephen Lloyd. I talked to Stephen the other day, and that is a question mark. Stephen said if he plays, he definitely will be with us. It won't be with nobody else, but he wants to make sure his body's holding up. I think Stephen, he might have jumped off the couch and came, and he just thought it was going to be easy, man. But when you get in your little age, it gets a little harder. So love Lloyd, one of the best teammates you'll ever have. Steele Lewis, absolutely. He's and congratulations, Steele Lewis. He's the new he's the new owner of MonsterCanada.com. And he's gonna have his own signature bat with Monster next year. So shout out to Steele Lewis. Congratulations.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep. Eric Canopy. We're putting a deal in place with Eric now, so we're gonna put a question mark there, quite possibly. Stevie Hildebrand. I mean, who else gonna take a man that you don't understand? I'm sitting over there in the box and all here. I know when his sentence starts and I know when his ends. I just don't understand what he's saying when he's doing it. Josh Fife, yes, definitely. Josh Fife is in with us. Grimace, you know who Grimace is, the purple dude from McDonald's. Austin Dahl. Old Grimace, he's with us. Chromie and his terrible haircut, he's with us. Bama, is Bama with us? Absolutely, Bama's with us. I mean, that's the best player in the game. We gotta have, but Matt Brady. I think Matt Brady's gonna move on. He needs to. Let me say a few words about Matt Brady, man. Matt Brady is he's a great young guy. He came up with us. He played his role great. He showed flashes of greatness. He just is young in the game, and he needs to go get him a starting job and get some experience. So we got all the love and respect for Matt Brady. Jeff Bloomer, question mark. Put a question mark on it.
Great role player.
Yeah, great ball player. I just don't know. We're figuring it out now. So we're just gonna put a question mark. Sonny Pilcher, absolutely. Man, the myth, the legend. Andrew Vitcat, that'll be Sonny Pilcher's decision. I have no clue on that.
Question mark.
Kendall Welburn will be back with us. Mark Wick will be back with us. and Jeremy Yates will be back with us. Now,
Hey,
go ahead.
no, I was going to ask Jim. I was just curious before you're about to share that. When you guys just kind of peel back the curtain for a quick second with you guys. I mean, is this a conversation that you guys have, like a leadership group on the team with the sponsors? Is it something that you've gotten together individually with people? I'm just curious about how that works in the monster world, about knowing, forget the question marks, but let's just say the definite yeses. Is that something that you guys got together during the World Series, or how does that work? Just curious.
Nah, so those dudes actually was a couple weeks up to the World Series. And what it is like, say, Sonny and Sonny Y and Sonny P will get together, and Carl from Monster, and they'll say, hey, this is the guys we got to have. Let's go hammer them out, get these contracts. Then you got some dudes, let's watch them at the major and see how they do. And the major depends on everything. And then you got some dudes that they want back, and they're trying to work deals out. So, and once you're in, everybody that's in already knows, like, hey, Sonny will tell you, hey, I got Jason Matusik, I got Fife, I got Austin. We're bringing the team back. Let's are you in? And you'll decide like that. So, and some of these questions.
I don't want to interrupt you. I was just curious about the process for it. So please,
Jason, do we have any names we can announce? Addition?
Yeah. So go below Jeremy Yates right here, and add in put one of the defensive player of the years who had an awesome offensive year, and he also swings the gorilla bat. Go back a little bit. Heath Barnes. Heath Barnes is officially a Monster member, going to play shortstop for the Monster athletic team next year. All right, go below him a little bit. Go back with B. Go back with that B.
Where?
He wants the B. Letter B. We're on Wheel of Fortune here. He's going to take he'd like a B.
I. L. No, take that out. Take it off. No, take it back. ACO3, the baddest man at the World Series, is officially the all-time World Series dominator, the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Collins, not Vitsak, is with us. ACO3 is added to our collection.
Wow.
Now I got two more names that will shock. I just remember one. Tyler Story right there. Put Tyler Story up there. He is an official member of the Monster Clan too. So I got two more names. I just don't know if I can just say them right now. So go below Tyler Story. And look, what name would look great with that roster right there?
I guess you need a pitcher.
All right, we don't want to talk pitcher yet. If you can have a stone cold hitter,
Josh Riley.
Let's just see what that would look like under there right there. Go with that crew right there. Just put Josh Riley in there. How good does that roster look? Does that roster
pretty good.
Look amazing? All right, we'll take Riley out. We'll talk about that later on. Take Riley out. We'll talk about Riley later on.
Okay.
Yeah, take him off. All right. I got two more names for the public. I just cannot release them right yet. I got to get the deals done, but I'll let you use your imaginations and go out, and we'll figure this out as we go, man. But that's gonna be that's all I can name at this moment, and I like it. That's all I can say. I like it, and I just think it's gonna be real nasty when I bring these other two names out.
That's a pretty good team. Let's see on the chat, and what did the others think of that roster?
What they saying?
Anybody?
The amount of testosterone and creatine on this freaking roster. Holy smoke! Are you guys gonna get a flat bench on the on deck circle, and you guys are just gonna be doing reps before you guys go up to bat? The amount of veins in this dugout right now. Oh my word!
Joel, you said all they're taking is testosterone and creatine. That's it.
Let me peel it back.
What they don't know is that it hinders your swing a little bit. So maybe they like all that big macho
get it, and swing it real slow because we have the super soft balls. Get in there, and they practice with piñatas. Who knows? I don't know what's going on in there. Yeah, bro, there's so much man in that roster. And then Tyler Story joining Andrew Collins. Like, what a role model. Who better to have as a role model? Come on now. And then you got Matusik, who had a legendary left field, like that whole tournament. That dude was putting on a clinic out there. You know, it was unbelievable. How many home runs did he rob? That was impressive. And then Bloomer, I'm sorry, Max, but he's underrated, man. That dude rushes. And he's a lefty lethal. Like, man, it hurt me to see him on the bench and then watching all the other lefties. I'm here like, the other lefties, they can't really, can we put this man? And he's 1,000% hustle all the time. The only problem with him is I don't think he's ever hit a cutoff since Nam. So that's the problem. Like, him and Heath Barnes aren't going to get along very well.
Man, Bloomer is very underrated. Bloomer has been a great teammate. I can't say enough about Bloomer, but when we look at our roster, you got AC in right, Steele in center, Story in left, Tusick at first, Fife at second, Bam at short, Bam in the middle, Barnes at short, Austin Dahl at third, me and Yates, EH catching, somebody possibly on the mound, somebody possibly breaks the lineup also. We got to figure it out.
You wouldn't want to switch that up? You wouldn't want to switch it? Put Austin at first and Matusik at third?
Nah, Austin's got a good glove.
He can hold down third?
I mean, I ain't taking he can hold it.
He can hold down some third?
Yeah, he can catch it, you know.
He's pretty good there.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, this is a team of large humans. I can tell you that much. You guys cannot fly on one airplane.
You guys are gonna have to buy, like, you guys' medium is gonna be like a 6X curtain. Like, it's gonna be like, you gotta go Bed Bath and Beyond and just get the curtains and then put Monster on it, and that's it. You gotta have these two
this very solid team. Very solid team here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey,
We feel good about it.
Josh, your turn to chime in, or should we go to MPT? Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, listen, they're gonna be a good team. I think. I'm sure Mags has got 98% of this locked up. I'm not doubting anything that he's putting out there. I just know that this week is nuts, and there's a couple names on there. And I'm not saying we're going after all these dudes because we're not, but there's a couple names on there that wouldn't shock me to hear if they jump one or two more times.
Right.
Very interesting. By the way, Josh, I before we go to the next team here, Josh, I really do like that idea. I hope that they can maybe internalize that if you make let's say an offer and someone decides to go with your team, you send out a roster, lock-in link or something like that. Now, whether that's public or not, that's right. Another thing. But I'm saying that's a very interesting idea. So I know the powers that be that'll be watching this, maybe they'll take that one in. But this, again, another just absolutely nasty team. So who are we going to next, DW?
Yeah, the problem with the roster, I don't think you can start putting rosters online till January 1st, but we'll see what you
can get a programmer, he can do all kinds of things.
That's true. We're going to head to MPT again. When I click this is just MPT's 2022 team. So there could be names that we've already put on other teams. We'll let Josh kind of tell us what he knows, what he's allowed to say. And I have to say the chat room has some great rumors about non-major teams. So we're going to have to scroll back through that and talk about that.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We're definitely going to have a full I think we're kind of running through major is sort of the idea here. And then we're going to kind of the rest of Conference USSSA rumors and things like that as well. So lot to discuss here. We're going
to go MPT now, then Resmondo, and then the team list for the non-major teams. So let's go to MPT.
Got it. And by the way, Smash It Now, is that official? Is that not a team next year?
Not a team.
Yeah, I think Pure is Mark Katz is taking his. He's going to have a AA team, I believe.
Understood.
No. If you want me to come back to Monster, I will.
What's that?
Do we need to add? Oh, go back to Monster. Let's go and get all this. Going back to Monster.
We got it. I opened Pandora's box here by accident, so we're just going to have to go into it and deal with the box.
We have a new addition that came across this text, probably.
So Go down here and we're going to say sponsorships. Put these names down.
Yeah.
Mark Katz, Brandon Caswell, Seth Green, and my boy Joe. Thunder Chosen, and Katz and Katz, Bad Draw, and Mark Katz, Brandon Caswell, Seth Green, Joe D.
Wow.
Welcome to the family, guys. Y'all deserve more than the players do. I should have never left y'all out. My bad. They need to be up top. Them, Sonny Pilcher and Carl. That's who makes everything happen, man. So shout out to all our great sponsors, and no double 18 for Mark Katz, man.
Got it. That's why we're doing the rumor show. You got a rumor,
Yeah.
You squash it, you confirm it, you do whatever. Do you know what I mean? So there we go.
Sure.
All right. So now on to the 2022 champions, which is funny. You get to celebrate for 24 hours, and now we're gonna dismantle the team, mess around with it, do whatever we can.
That's what the public wanted.
Yeah,
I wanted to wait till Wednesday.
Yes. So we know the champagne's not even dry yet, but let's go ahead, JK. Let us know what you know.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of things that are still up in the air, and so I can probably tell you a couple things in regards to who's probably not coming back next year, and so I think John Dombrowski, Biscuit as we call him, he's going to move on to, and he's going to play AA with the AA team next year. And listen, Biscuit's a phenomenal pitcher, deserves, he wants to be pitching. And when you got a bulldog like Pink, whoever's behind him just isn't going to pitch as much. And so I completely understand him wanting to do that. No harm done there. Connor Murray, as we saw, is just going to be the competitive edge. That's been rumored for a little bit. So good for him. I think just kind of looking through, everyone else right now is either up in the air or still coming back. And so I think Chris Ninos will be back. JoJo Bennett will be back. Flip will be back. Orlando Castillo. To my knowledge, Dorton's going to be back, and Harvey, myself. You can go ahead and put double yes on Bill Pinkham.
Don't even waste. All right. Go ahead,
John Williams. John Williams will be back. I believe again, Donnie Walsh. There's a lot of things in the air right now. I'd love to say everybody's gonna be back. I just don't. I don't know what Mark's what 100% what his thoughts are. So I don't have the inside scoop all the time like J Max does. That comes with a certain age you have to be.
That's right.
Well, JK, what I notice as well, also what's interesting about championship teams like this, right, is that you have your core, obviously, but what I've also noticed is that some of the role players, they always going to garner a lot of interest here from other teams, right? That's the way it's going to happen because people are saying, hey, you won a championship with MPT. Maybe you didn't, you weren't a starter or whatever it might be. Why don't you come over here where you can be the man? So that'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out with some of those players that you're listing in the probable category.
Yeah.
Any new names, Josh, that you've heard about or can talk about?
Yeah, we can go ahead and add Roxby down there. And then you can also add Arjun Dots.
Dog Arjun. Good job. Good for Arjun Dots, man. That's good. Roxby too, man. I'm a Roxby fan.
Big Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, this week's gonna be nuts. It's funny though. I told Carucci Saturday night after we won. I said, listen, this week is gonna be absolutely berserk, as we know. I said, please don't answer your phone Sunday because I'm not answering if you call me. And lo and behold, I get a call from him last night at like 7 p.m. But yeah, there's calls every single day that are going to be coming through, and if anything changes on any of these teams, it's not because they weren't facts at the time, and that's the thing for like people get this all mixed up sometimes. Like and I'm not saying Mags is. I'm just using him as an example because he went through his team, but like somebody could jump, and it's not that it wasn't a fact when Mags said it. It probably was.
Right.
It's just things change sometimes, and people change their mind. That's just what it is. It's the nature of this world
that's why we're in a Google Doc. We're not in a saved PDF. Do you know what
Exactly.
I mean? So
Yeah.
there you go. That's where we got going here.
All right. Any other input from J Mag or Joel or David?
Yeah,
on this
I got a lot of weird sources and rumors. I got you guys also picking up Everett and Matusik. And the fact that you guys got Roxby, that's my dog. I love that guy. He's a former Marine, and he's not about BS. He's solid. Everywhere he goes, he gets defensive MVP, and that's not even his best asset. So, like, congrats. I'm really glad you guys are picking him up. That's my dog. And
we did have Matusik. We did have Matusik, but he's back. He decided to go back with Massa.
They did decide to have they did have Matusik at one time. We had Bubba Mack at one time.
I want to watch this episode like a week before next season and watch how much everything has completely changed and just laugh.
We could do the same show. We could do the same show once a week for the next week. It'll be different every week.
And I also have Overstreet. I have a couple of people telling me JBL, but I also have him as a couple of people tell me he's going to Resmondo, and I'm like,
I'm sure he's got plenty of people contacting him because Kyle did a phenomenal job defensively for us, and he's so young, and he's going to bust his butt in the offseason, and he's only going to get better. His ceiling is so high, it's crazy, and I'm sure he's got a plethora of calls coming his way.
All right.
First year in the conference.
Let me say one more thing.
Let me just win the major.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, J Mags.
All right. So honestly, man, like we're sitting here laughing and having fun, but this is absolutely the worst week of the year. Because like you build all these friendships, you have all this fun. Like sometimes you're miserable and you just want to get off the team. I understand that, but 90% of my time, I've always loved my teammates. We've always had a blast, and it really does suck that you have to split ways, but it's the nature of the beast. So when we're sitting on here laughing, I just want to let all the guys from all the teams, from your team, from my team, from Josh's team, from Joel's team, that love and respect is always there. This is just the nature of the beast. People come, people go. It's part of the program. We don't make the rules. We just abide by them. And so this really does suck because I love my team. I love everybody on that team. We had an absolute blast and we did our thing. But, with time comes change, and this is some of the change that happens. It happens every year. So I just wanted to say that, so certain people, don't feel so certain type of ways, because regardless of what Dan the Rocket Man said, which was totally BS on that message board, I'm not disrespectful. I crack joke on people, man, but, some people are moving on and some people might not want to move on, but they have no choice, man. So we ain't got enough respect for everybody. We just having a good time with it, laughing and having fun.
Yeah, trying to take something that's, let's just call it relatively serious, obviously, right? And we're putting a little lighthearted take on it for sure, but it doesn't negate the amount of stress that goes into it, the amount of money that goes into it, the amount of time that goes into it, the friendships, So very, very good point on that for sure.
Yeah, one name that was mentioned in a lot of rumors around the park was Marshburn to MPT. And is there anything to say there?
Not that I've heard, no. I'm not saying no in the long run, just that that's not something that he's communicated to us or we've communicated.
All right.
Well,
so
I'm sure Coach will be on that phone when he hears our roster today. So ain't no telling what might happen. MPT, hear this roster. You might go.
Megs, yeah. I will say, everyone in the country already knew what your roster was before you just said it. Y'all keep
softball players ain't the best at keeping secrets.
Like a 5-year-old.
That's true. So we're gonna move on, David. We want to move on.
Yes. Let's go that. So we got now. What pieces of Resmondo? Is that what we have going on? I guess we're going to go there, or what are we?
We're going to click Resmondo. We're going to click Resmondo. Remember, we haven't had any input from Resmondo.
Right, so we can't really give them a fair shake.
Yeah, this is the 2022.
Josh Riley just called me. Should I call him back?
So what'd you say, brother?
Josh Riley just called me. Should I call him?
Yeah, call him.
What-
Call him. Go ahead and call him. Yeah, call him.
I'm playing with him this weekend. It's unrelated.
All right,
But,
Yeah. So, DW. Yeah. What do we want to put up on the screen next year?
this is the 2022 Resmondo roster, so we gotta try to build it for 2023.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody in particular have? I mean, we're saying that
take Dodds.
Yeah, well,
Dodds
Dodds is gone.
MPT,
Yeah.
Take Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba to competitive edge.
Yeah.
He's not even listed. He's not even listed. You already stole him away.
Right there, yeah.
I took this off of.
you already took him away.
Mhm.
I took this off of the USSSA roster.
Body's not even cold yet, and he's gone.
Oh, so
Take
they're playing with the illegal roster?
legend. Take the legend Billy Folk off there, man. As hard as it says, man. BJ, I talked to him. He's going to retirement. Man, hey, let's talk about BJ hitting that damn home run when he came in for that pinch hit situation, man.
Yeah.
I don't cheer for another team, but I'm telling you, man, when Billy was in that box, man, I was like, come on, BJ, get you one, boy. You know, you just can't cheer against BJ Folk.
So we believe all these guys are staying, possibly.
Or do we just
Man,
not
how
know?
good-
We don't really have the inside here, do we, on this one?
We don't.
Nah.
I will say,
Go ahead, JK.
everyone listed there right now. I have not heard any rumors of leaving. There have been whispers about Tyler, but I don't see it. I do think they're going to keep who they have there and potentially try to add as of now. Again, doesn't mean that's not going to change this week though.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
Scott
I haven't heard any rumors about these guys, except for Marshburn to MPT was going around for the last couple of weeks.
Scott Harlan
I don't have
definitely earned a spot
anybody
on that
from
World
here.
Series.
Anybody going anywhere? I have people being added. Like
Added?
I had Austin
have?
Daw for some reason. I had a lot of people say Austin Daw was going over there, and I'm heard like I can see him being over there. Then I can see Buddy Wolf, Mullins, and Overstreet.
Buddy Wolf and Mullins are definitely two that I heard as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Buddy
like-
Wolf's a done deal.
Yeah.
stayed
Done.
at the top of the totem pole
Do
forever.
you think Buddy's a yes?
Yeah.
So he KOs him and then comes on over, huh? It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he was originally there for a while anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and so
Let's go to the chat
Take-
rooms.
Yeah,
Does
for
anybody in
sure.
the chat have anything about? Okay, they had Hartling, they had Mullins. They said Yates.
Nah. In the know, don't know. Yeah,
And the no, no.
Yeah,
In the know's
you
been
don't know
awfully
that much,
long
boy.
with
You know
you
some good
tonight.
stuff, but you don't know everything in the know.
Well, in the know is correct on Elwinger's glove. He says Elwinger's glove is gone.
Poor guy.
I think they left it there.
Hartland, man, shout out Scott Hartland in that World Series he had, man. He went took him a spot, earned him a roster spot next year, man. Congratulations, Scott. Good stuff, boy. Is Riley going to Resi?
And so
I heard
And also,
Riley.
you know,
I heard Riley go over there also.
Oh, Austin Andrews. I've heard Austin Andrews might be over there in that camp.
interesting.
Yeah,
And I
from
think
a very
D-
good source.
that brings up a good point, DW, of kind of what we're going to go with our next part of this is kind of the non-major rumors, because those also kind of coincide with major rumors, right? When teams at the AA level not coming back, you've got teams coming back, you've got this, you've got that. And now interesting that since you don't have a smash it next year, you've got those players. So there's a lot of, going to be a lot of motion here, I feel like.
Right. So are we ready to go on to the non-major teams who we think are coming back list?
You want to come back down? Come back down here with us little guys. Do you know what I mean? Let's
Okay.
talk about the little guys.
All right. Here's this year's team list minus the major teams. So we're going to try to add new teams. We're going to try to kind of say, yes, they're coming back. Maybe they're coming back. No, they're not coming back. And I put the classification based on if you were in the top 16 in points last year, you were supposed to start the year AA. So I kind of threw that in there as well.
Okay,
but we don't know about these classifications.
So why don't we do this? Do we want to just go down? I can just start at the top, and we can just kind of say if we've heard something, and we'll just kind of go down. We'll just stop me if you know anything about said team, right?
Yeah, start with AA.
Okay, so we'll start with AA. This is Anarchy, smash it. What do we know about that?
Yeah, I'm hearing they're coming back as a AA.
Okay. Bawford.
Bawford coming back. Anybody?
I haven't heard.
We'll see. And by the way, we can always come back and fill this a little bit in later as people maybe comment on that. So
one guy said,
it says Baw's done. He says
Baw's done.
Okay. Well, we don't know. So
we'll put an X, but obviously we can see.
Bay Area, which is a very interesting one because I think and we talked about this on the show that a lot of times in AA, someone makes that run that you're like a little bit unexpected. That was certainly Bay Area this year.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to come back as an A.
Okay. Chick-fil-A.
Somebody earlier said Chick-fil-A was
done. I saw multiple duns. I don't know this. Yeah. We can always talk. We always send a message to John, find that out. But I don't know.
I'd be surprised by that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna.
I'd be very surprised at that too, because Chick-fil-A, from everything I've heard, they got one of the best sponsors in the game. They do. Team,
they do.
Yeah, they built a good team. You don't build it up and just let it go that quick. Like they came from nowhere 3 years ago to one of the top AA teams. So that would be very bad for the game if Chick-fil-A went away.
Yeah, losing any sponsor is bad, period. But a sponsor like that who does take care of his team really well, that would suck.
Yeah.
Classic Glass.
Yeah, I heard they're coming back, but they want to play A again. They always want to play A, but that would be tough to see. They would have to gut the roster.
Right. Here's a tough one. Nightmare.
I'm gonna go no.
I'm gonna go hard no. I don't even think
just a straight up no, not even an X, just a no. Just a no. Just a no. Okay. Nitro Circus.
I have heard they're coming back, yep. And trying to make some moves and be a pretty good AA team.
AA team, okay. Precision.
No, I'll get this one. Unfortunately, Precision ain't coming back. Don't look like they're coming back, man. So shout out to Bill Wax, shout out to Rob Mahaffey, shout out to all them great sponsors that built them great teams so many years, man. We love and respect you. So if this is the end, man, y'all did great stuff. But I'm hearing no.
Okay. AA. We got another AA team, Proton.
I've heard no on this one.
You've heard no on Proton.
I've heard there might be a merger in the works that somebody on the
I was gonna say, where's Joel at? Joel, what they doing, Joel?
He's awfully quiet down there, isn't he?
Yeah. What are you doing?
You're muted, Joel.
You're mute.
He's muted. He doesn't know he's muted either.
Joel, you're muted.
Still muted.
Somebody on the chat room tell me he's muted.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll just assume he said something. You think he'd be listening to us, but maybe that's everything we need to know right there. Right?
Joel, you're muted.
He's
not talking.
Okay.
You're
Someone
muted.
send him a text. We'll come back to him.
I didn't know I married all of you.
Oh, okay. There he goes. He's alive.
What's going on, Proton and Dan Smith?
Combine.
I heard they're not going anywhere. I heard they're gonna come back, and I heard they're gonna do the damn thing all over again. Like, there's too many good dudes over there. You got to start from the left to the right. You got Bud, you got Tyler Diggins, you got everybody put together. You got who's the left fielder, the lefty that he starts off the game and he crushes it. He came from MPT. I thought they were coming back for another AA run. That's what I heard.
What about it? What about S&E Dan Smith?
Yeah,
S&E Elvin is coming back. The thing is, he said, "Give me 30 days, but I'm coming back." And I'm like, "All right, we're in." And like the great shell of it, like the core, especially the rookies. I believe we're all coming back. I mean, there's like two of them that we thought were going to be gone. Like MPT was after them for a little bit, and we're all like, "Here we go." And then they come back. They're like, "No, I actually want to play this time." And we're like, "All right, cool, good."
Somebody on the chat said Jacobson to Resmondo. Yeah.
If that's the case, they get a good one, man. I just met Jacobson this year, man. Playing against him, he's a hell of a pitcher, man. Like
I say that's the
he should stay on that market long. Yeah, hell yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's
man.
tough. That's tough guy.
That's interesting. And then we got we got Seminoles.
Ooh. Hey, real quick, I just got a text message from Brock Frenzel. I will not be with Proton next year. No, I have no clue where I'm going.
All right, there we go.
Well, you keep rocking them shorts, Brock. I'm with you, baby. I love them shorts you got on, man. Some of us got to wear these Hoochie Daddy shorts. I used to be the only one. I used to catch hell. I see Brock coming through the stadium, boy. I got some competition off that field now. Tell you, Brock, you better be in that gym. I'm gonna be doing the hell out of these legs this year. We're gonna go at it next year.
Yum! I can't wait. That whole monster squad with the avocado seed hanging out.
Yeah. Now, finishing up here, our AA/A here, we've got Seminoles. Anyone heard anything on the Seminoles?
Hey, David, I got a text saying that Proton is picking up Kyle Goth, however you say that, and
from Straight Play.
Cabot Van Til from Straight Play. So they're picking guys up. They're probably in.
All right, interesting. I haven't heard anything on that, but that's interesting. So anyone on Seminoles, Sports Reach, and West Point? Seminoles, Sports Reach, West Point.
West Point's coming back.
Yeah, West Point's coming back. Alicia's
West Point's coming back. Sports Reach, I'm pretty sure is coming back. I heard Seminoles is busting up, but that's too good of a sponsor and all that deal. Like, that's a good squad. They've been a great squad, and that sponsor, it looks nice looking over there every now and then and be like, things didn't go my way, But like I heard they're busting up for some reason.
Seminoles? Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that. What about Sports Reach?
Sports Reach is coming back.
I heard, Sports Reach coming back.
Whether they come a AA or they come A, definitely coming back. I got a good relationship with Robbie Spear and Michael Haney over there. I go do the prison thing with Sports Reach. And if anybody wants to go do the prison thing with us, and if all the up and young coming softball players that feel like they're ready, I mean, it can't help to go hit some balls in prison and let the sponsor see you. So, I mean, hit up Mike Haney and Robbie Spears or hit me up on Instagram at IG29, JMag29 on IG if you want the opportunity,
Okay.
Hey, DW.
JBL, right?
Go ahead, JK. Go ahead.
JBL. Yeah, he's got it.
What is that?
Tailgaters.
New. Okay, got it. And then
JBL Cash House was a B team this year, but they're rumored to be Dombrowski, like Josh said, maybe an Overstreet, Ryan Ropel, I think, Mike Williams, Laser Dave, some of those guys.
Yep.
Then Premier is done. Someone said in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'd hate to see that.
I believe Addictive. Someone could correct me on this. I believe Addictive is done. Those guys are going to go to different teams.
Mark Patterson's on here. He can tell us.
Mark, and I saw someone you guys posted about that last night. So that's why I want to list that. Last night till today is a long time. But yes, it says people are saying Addictive has some dudes that are free agents. So I believe that Addictive is not going to be a team. Cheap Suits. I don't know much there. Anybody? Question mark we'll put. Cut 4.
Man, I'd hate to see Cut 4 lead. This is their first or second year in the conference. There's a lot of down south guys.
They were so close to the major.
They were, man. They were close. They got a good squad, man. I'd hate to see Cut 4 lead.
LNS Glass, I'm not sure, but I've heard LNS Glass is done. That is unconfirmed, but I was heard that someone that talked, I can actually probably find that one out pretty quick, but I've heard that they're done. I hope that I'm wrong.
Yeah, the game ain't gonna be the same without Tomasi on the mound, man.
I hope I'm wrong on that one.
You ever just hit a pitcher and you get there and he smiles and he's like, "Man, you killed that ball. I jumped in the wrong hole." And like Tomasi's the best, man. I love me some Tomasi, bro.
Yo, he's the best. I play with him one tournament, and they'll get a random fly out throughout the game, and he'll turn around and he'll be like, "Good pitch," and he'll talk to himself. That was one of my favorite teammates ever. Oh man, that dude's great. I give him a big hug every time I see him. I love that dude.
It'll be weird not to see him around.
He's a good dude. So what you got Lund mortgage share, you said merging with straight play. Question mark. That's interesting.
That's
Prime
a
time.
Yeah, prime time.
Someone's texting me saying Kyle Goth and Cabot Van Til are not going to pro time.
Oh, I got bad news, J Mags. I just got a text. Cut 4 is done.
Damn, man.
Oh, man.
So that is bad news. That is bad news.
Yeah. I hate it, man.
Prime.
I hate that.
Where were we at? Prime time in, you said? Correct? I can't see them going anywhere. No merger.
Nah.
That's how fast rumors
prime
change
time.
on the show. We got a merger and a no merger like this.
Text.
Yeah, but sip of coffee. Sip of coffee, merger. Sip of coffee, no more merger. That's how it works here on the. That's how it works here on the rumor show. You know.
I got something bananas. Rock Run.
You got some bananas?
They got Rock Run's picking up Dale Brungard, Van Dunn, Ryan McClanahan.
I've heard rumors that Rock Run are
not everybody at the same time now.
Wait, what's your rumor, Josh?
I've heard rumors that Joel is correct and that they are looking to make potential pickups and go AA.
With Rock Run, you're saying?
Rock Run picking up guys like Dale.
That's
and
interesting.
McClanahan, maybe or maybe not a Mooch.
And we'll see we'll see how that affects things, good or bad, with that type of team. Do you know what I mean? It'll be very interesting to see. But prime time is a yes up there. Do you think, DW? Most likely.
I think so.
Question mark.
I think they're a yes.
Stars. Don't know much there.
Oh no.
So put
I
question mark.
heard a rumor McClanahan was with us.
You think everybody's with you?
Okay, so now we're at
I can feel it building, boy. The pressure's on.
DW. You have a yes next to. All right, now we're getting into my world down here in the A's and B's. True, you have marking as a yes, DW.
Yeah, True's gonna move up and play A after winning the B this year. They reached out to me.
All right, Bay Area.
True.
Bay Area B. Don't know much there. BTR, very, very good B team.
I feel like they said yes, but I'm not sure.
Word is that there might be Stars under a different sponsor or name. There might be a Stars team under a different sponsor or name, possibly.
Say A-Rab money.
Yeah, which I was trying to figure that out. That was
the A-Rab money.
Cash House.
Yeah.
So Cash House, are they merging?
AA.
Okay. Dirty Vegas. Have not heard much on them. I know a couple guys on that team. I have not heard much on Dirty Vegas. I'll see if anyone texts me on that. Epic. Not sure. Hub's Pub's done.
Damn, you said that was some great.
I didn't say. I didn't say about. I think they're focusing on 40 and over, and will no longer be with us.
You sound like you burned that whole place down.
Great enthusiasm right there.
I didn't say any particular enthusiasm. LSR is a question. MIS, I cannot see them coming back. They hadn't played since like June, and then they played Worlds. Nitro Circus B, I don't know much about. I don't know if anybody else does.
I actually think MIS is coming back.
Oh, they are coming back. Okay, so maybe they're.
I'm gonna put a question mark.
Maybe they're done. Someone just sent me a message. Done.
Nitro.
MIS done. So someone just said. Nitro. I don't know. RBCG, I doubt it because their sponsor was kind of gone towards the end of the year, and I think they were trying to pull together to get to Worlds. Us, all right. Well, I may as well.
Here we go. Let's hear it, Dave.
What we're doing. We are gonna be back. We're gonna be back, and we're gonna go all in at A next year. So we're gonna be revamping. And we got some big things working behind the scenes that are going on. But that's the first official announcement. We will be back, and we will be going A next year.
No names. We didn't get no details, no names, no nothing, Dave.
Here's what I'll tell you. I'll say. Go ahead. What'd you say, Josh?
I heard they're picking up Andrew Collins, Josh Riley, our Austin Daw,
right, and then we're gonna still be A though. That we're gonna use the magic of this year. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna work on. But no, we're going to we're gonna be talking to our players about who's going to be retained soon. And we actually have some pretty big names in the sport that might be joining our team as well, but I'm not going to be able to at liberty to say who yet. But we're going to try to make a very big splash next year at A. So that's
David,
what we're David,
we have to be honest. Like the trickle down starts from the major, right? We can't even put together AA rosters right now. So to ask you to throw out names is
not doing it. But there might be a player or two that are up on those top rosters that are going to be joining us next year.
All right.
Hey,
that's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
Dave, after I followed your storyline and seen your pool, your Olympic-sized swimming pool with the waterfalls and stonework, bro, you can have any player you want. I already know this.
Hey, listen, I was out there. Hey,
and Austin Dog, throw my name in it. Just let me come hang out at the pool.
I was out there plotting. I was out there plotting last night with a cigar, sitting out there thinking about this. So there you go. Whether I was gonna say something or not on the show today. So there we go. But we'll be back, and we're gonna be making a run for it. And that's what we're gonna do. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you know about that.
I'm telling you.
You need a bull boy. You know, water boy.
I'll let you know. I'll send you a message on that too. Trade shortstop services for pool services. We'll find out. Straight play. Move on to them. So that's a part of a merger there, right? Maybe a rumored merger that we might have just made up.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Said no.
What about TG Brand?
Yeah, no idea. I think it was going around the feed that it was no.
I've heard a no, but I haven't heard how definitive that is. TLC's done as well. They're an X.
All right. So any of us on the call or chat room, has anyone heard about a new team? There's always a few at the beginning, but then as it comes closer, there seems to be a lot of teams jump in.
Yeah, I
said Anarchy.
Yeah.
Anarchy Smash It is doing a AA, right?
I think Josh, you said you had to go.
Yeah, I got to take off.
All right, thanks, and
all right,
congratulations.
JK. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy. Get some rest.
Congratulations, boy.
Thanks, buddy.
I heard Purcell's going over there.
Purcell's going to MPT to coach.
Yeah, we forgot about Purcell.
Yeah, Purcell's going to MPT. That's what I heard 2 or 3 times, but I'm heard like to pitch probably.
Somebody's saying Zane Meeg to Resmondo. Anyone think that?
Yeah, I'm gonna also
outstanding. He is unbelievable. But the thing is, he's intense. He's intense.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Some people can't handle it, you know.
Gotcha.
But like he could catch, throw, jump, swim, hit bombs. Like he can do it all. Like I don't care how angry you are if you want to be.
Okay, I got a rumor. This is an interesting one. That AU is saying that Aristotle from Arkansas, who is a solid non-conference B team, might be trying to play Conference A this year. That's interesting. I'm just combing Facebook to see what other rumors are. We didn't see Cornerstone on that list. Someone was saying they were another A team this year. So I'm not sure on Cornerstone, but they were not. I'm not sure why, but they were not on the list. But they were an A team last year. That they were the ones that merged. They had like that early merger with SVC, Cornerstone.
Yeah, I think I deleted them by accident, thinking I was deleting the team that they merged from. Right. Someone's saying on the chat, TG Brand will be back.
Got it. It's a bad omen if DW just accidentally deletes you completely before we even discuss.
Now, remember the 2 teams merged, and I must have deleted it twice.
Got it. I'm just combing chats just to see if there's anything. And again, like I said, folks, this is a long show today. It's a long live that we're doing. JK already passed out and had to be removed. But remember, this is just rumors. Like we're saying, this isn't like we're sitting there writing it down. Someone's saying if we're sticking with Pure, yes, we should be, unless something drastically changes. Be with Pure next year.
Help me out. Somebody's saying DV that's Patterson saying DV will be back. Who's DV?
Dirty Vegas.
Dirty
Vegas.
Better not
Dirty
be
Vegas.
DV volleyball.
Then someone says Aristotle
The
will be
Stadium
A.
Bulls? Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I know what DV
You got. Hey, listen.
Stadium Ball.
Listen, you got to love the rumor chat. Someone says Aristotle's definitely playing Conference A. Then someone says Aristotle's definitely not playing Conference A. So take that for what it's worth.
Here, so you guys talked about the cover of the ball being loose or whatever. Someone's posting on Old Scout that it's a complete lie that USSSA made up. Before the championship game, Tyler Irvine grabbed a game ball and showed me how he could move the cover with his thumbs. So, like, I don't think it's a made-up lie.
USSSA
yeah.
is not going to make a lie up. I mean, truth be told, it's nothing USSSA did wrong. It falls on the ball manufacturer. You know.
Well, we should have tested the balls. We should have tested them earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them early. Get them 6 months in advance. Test them. See what's up. That's what's got to happen going forward.
Love it. So yeah, I think we've I'm just kind of going through the chat here. I've seen a lot of different comments, but I think we've covered hundreds of them. So
yeah, Farhad's coming back as the game changer guy for CE.
That's right.
Just announced in the chat.
Perfect.
He's pretty good.
Farhad, you got to. We spent too many nights at the hotel talking junk, bro. You got to come back. We have.
I've asked him to make a video to show other people how to use Game Change.
Yeah, please use Game Change. It makes your life so much easier.
So, has anybody heard anything? Let's see. Like, I seen somebody say something about Renner. What about Dirty? What about a few others?
Would you guys say, just as you guys, DW and Joel and J-Mags, would you guys say that because, like, do you think this year, I mean, to me, it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent shakeup, meaning amount of teams in, out, left, right, new major teams, this kind of thing. Do you think it's going to be, I know every year is a shakeup, but does this seem
every year is a
more or less?
Shakeup.
No, it's
does it
not
seem more or
more.
less?
It's not more. No.
Just curious. I'm just asking.
The tremendous shakeup is always every year when like my first year in the conference when I saw TDB and it had Ryan Harvey, Josh Riley, Josh Branch, and Jason Branch, and it had Andy Purcell, Baker. I was like, nobody's gonna beat this team. Everett Williams is almost last batter. Get out of town. And then they lose to Dan Smith, and then Dan Smith became the greatest team I've ever seen of all time. And then Resmondo beat them, and it was just like, man, that's wild. You know, it was like one of those things where it's just like every year's a shakeup. However, this year was just something out of control. That competitive edge team was just beating everybody left and right. They should put on a clinic. They should put on a little tutorial, show us all how to hit. You know, they should do something real big. I do have a question for DW. There's usually no errors throughout the season, but there's errors in the stadium during the major.
Yeah, so the Major World Series has always been officially scored with sacrifice flies and errors, and they didn't want to change that for the history of the game. So batting average means more than on base maybe at the major. I don't know why they did it, but the two stadium announcers have been there 29 years, and they score the games the same way for the last 29 years. So they do count errors and they do count sacrifice flies.
So it's your usual dictatorship. Nice.
Got it.
Okay.
And so DW, I think, should we do kind of last call? Is there anything else we want to kind of wrap up with here today? I mean, obviously, we're not going to cover everything in the history of, rumors, mankind here today, but I think we have covered a lion's share of it today, going through rosters, going through almost every team, going through the major teams, going through things that are changed even live on the show. Things change in the middle of the show. So I think we've covered a lot. Is there anything else you want to make sure we do on the way out here?
We've covered a lot. I think I'll recap this in an article posted on conferenceusa.com as well as Old Scout, so people that weren't here can read what, it's basically a starting point for 2023 with the major teams rosters, and then, them shuffling around and maybe some guys getting shuffled out. That's what starts the talk about AA in a couple of weeks once this is more solidified. And we're going to see a whole bunch more new team names, I think, trying to join the conference or merging or looking for sponsors. So I think
Yeah.
we'll end up 32 to 40 teams again. You know, it always looks a little bleaker than that right after the major. You know, it looks like the conference is going to get cut in half. Like last year at this time, we thought maybe it'd be 28 to 32 teams, and I think we got 44. So it always grows as the year goes on, but we'll see when the schedule comes out. There's rumors of a pared down schedule, which could change things. And we could take some questions here from the Facebook. If you see a really good question, and then we'll wrap it up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up about 5 minutes. And I know, yeah, there's going to be possibly some changes coming behind the scenes, in terms of amount of events. We talked about before with the amount of duels is probably going to increase. The amount of minimum events might increase. There might be some changes as well. That'll be interesting to see it when they go into effect this year. Rumored behind the scenes, of course. Let's see.
Yeah, the major list they'll be working on in the next 2 weeks. They're asking about player points changes.
Don't know about that.
I don't see it really changing other than this. Like, if I was in charge of the classification, I would call every potential team we have on this list and tell them the points are an off-season guideline. In season, you can throw the points out the window. Let's say Anarchy halfway through the season folded. Is somebody going to get Brandon Streets as a watch list player? 0.75? No. He's going to be re-rated to major, right, for whoever picked him up. So you have to understand the points in the off season, everybody's going somewhere. So all the elite players are taken. During the season, a team folds, a new superstar comes along. Those players have to be rated at that point. You can't just pick them up at 0 points or watch list when they're a major list player. And points aren't really used during the season because of exactly that. A good team folds, and you have a team at the top of the A division, let's say. That team should be told in June, you can no longer improve this roster. You're already at the top of the division. So they can't go and drop a 1.25 and pick up a better 1.25.
Right. Well, yeah. It's by the way, a couple random questions here on the way out here. I just want to make sure that we cover anything. Zach was asking, J Mags, is Todd from Precision, is he still coaching anywhere, or is he just going to be just done?
So Todd, I think, is going to start focusing on his son. His son's a hell of a baseball player,
Cool.
and he's at that age. And I think he's going to focus more on his son because he missed a few games this year. And Todd's one of them dudes, he's all in or all out. But, man, Todd knows, man, he can share a dugout with me anytime he feels like, man. That's an open invitation, Todd. Boy, I love you. And DW, so now that I ain't even really announced this, but I don't know how many local Georgia people are watching this. But I am the new state director of USSSA and GSL, and we're going to bring some great things. And just what you said, when I catch all this backlash, when I tell these teams to build their best possible team, I'm going to bring you in and let you break it down to them like that on this point system when I start bumping them, or dropping or bumping them, moving around, and make softball great. Yep, make softball great back in Georgia.
One of the myths about classification, too, is that let's say you're the 3-hitter on a AA team. So you're not on a list, but you're a AA. That's your PRV. You're a AA. The next year you go and you play with cheap suits as a chip, right? So the following year, everyone thinks that guy's an A player now. No, he's still a AA player, right? He still counts as one of your higher level players. At some point, the A team has to have a majority of A players on the roster. A AA team has to have a majority of AA players on the roster, etc. You were going to say something, Joel?
No, I'm just saying U-Trip is just handing out jobs now that J-Mag's in charge of Georgia. Just handing out jobs.
You be wanting to come down and win.
I can't wait to put in my application. I don't want to be in charge of anything. I just want to do what I'm doing here. I just want to sit in the corner and make fun of everybody. Like, that'd be super dope if U-Trip gave me a job like that.
Yeah, DW, maybe you could do a softball school videos and send them down, and J Max can play them for the teams down there. It'll be good.
That's right. Speaking of handing out, I got to show my boy right here some love, man. My boy Joel got his first money contract. I was there to kind of witness it, in the back room deal. Man, super proud of you, brother. Love to have you on board. You know, hey, man, ain't nobody I'd rather share this D with, you know. So welcome to the family officially, man. Well deserved, brother. I I already thanked you before, and man, I'm just happy for you, Joel. Good shit, bro.
Awesome. Congrats. There's people. Go ahead, Joel.
Corny came up to me before I get embarrassed with anybody. I'll make fun of myself harder than anybody. Corny came up to me and he told me that he wanted to sign me as a Pro Factory hitter. And right then and there, in front of Roxby and Dustin Roberts and just the HB dudes, I just started crying right there in front of everybody. They looked at me like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Like, I didn't think I was anywhere close to that. You know, I was just a dude playing with a bunch of my boys, and just, man, slowly we're climbing to the top, slowly but surely, man. It's incredible. And then a part of you guys, to be associated with you guys, it's killer, man. It's freaking
love it. Well, congratulations. As we have a mix on this podcast of people that get paid from softball and people that pay softball, right? I'm on the other side of it, so I get it. You know, I get it. Congratulations, Joel. That's awesome news. Seriously, it's great. More people that good people doing good things. I like it. So, DW, I think let's put a wrap on this. You know, I think everyone could probably use a wrap up of the show, a bathroom break, all that kind of good stuff, right? So there'll be plenty more. ConferenceUSSSA.com. DW is going to have all kinds of information on there. Obviously, you got the message boards, you got Facebook, all that kind of stuff. If you're watching this show later on, after the live version, and you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube or in the chat room, drop in the rumors, drop in whatever you want to say. You know, we'll still check them out. Maybe we'll use them on a future show. But I appreciate everyone hanging in here with us and kind of going through it. Let's do just lightning fast. Let's keep them fast. Let's go last thoughts here real quick around the room, and then we'll cut it off here. So, J Mags, last thoughts.
Man, I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Congratulations on all the World Series winners, the men's, the women's, the E, the D, the C's, everybody, man. I just want to throw this one thought out. Just because you didn't win the World Championship one weekend does not mean your season was not a success. You know, one weekend doesn't define you, you know, so just because you didn't win it doesn't mean you had to bust your team up and everybody go everywhere. It just don't work like that. And I just want to send a special thanks out to my sponsors and my teammates. They gave me a great, amazing year, man. The stuff we did off the field was just as awesome as the thing we did on the field, man. I love and respect all y'all. And thank you to Dean Marini and that new Gorilla. It looked good. It felt great, you know. And it's going to be super exclusive. We're only making a select few of them. So October 19th, you better be on that keyboard because I won't have them. So don't even text me. And with that being said, man, thank y'all for having me on here. And thank you for your USSSA bringing me on.
J Mags, always a pleasure. Joel, our newest paid man. Any final thoughts?
In the grand scheme of things, to everybody who does play softball, like for most of us, it's a stress relief. It's like a hobby that keeps you in shape. It's a therapy. It's some people's only social ability. And then on top of that, like just it scratches that competitive itch, you know, like it's one of those things that you want to be better than the other person. Don't let words from other people because they're bitter or they're sore losers, or even people like me that just, you know, we just happen to lose every freaking time. Don't let that bother you. Just take it in the grand scheme of things that it's part of the game, you know, because we're just trying to make softball even bigger, to bring in more people. And especially like this podcast, I love everybody who not just loves it, likes it, and even the people that told me that my voice sucks on this thing. Like, I appreciate all of you guys. I love everybody. I'm super approachable. Come give me a hug. And if you're really mad about it, bro, you can catch some of these too, bro. I'm not, you know. So in the end, you know, like just appreciate, you know, game, recognizes game. Opinions are like assholes, you know. If you just relax, it wouldn't hurt so much, you know.
And there we go. Summarized there from Mr. Joel Sanchez. Joel, always a pleasure having you. DW, final thoughts here as we wrap up.
Yeah, I'll feed off of what Joel was saying. Like it's an opinion show. This is an opinion show. We need everybody in the game. If you're gonna post on Old Scout or Facebook and say Carucci sucks, tell us why he sucks. You know, a famous softball guy once told me everybody's an asshole to somebody, right? So I try not to be to anybody, but I am, out of saying something on the show or writing something in a report. So try not to take it as hard. I know, I do too. I respond to everything. So if you're gonna troll me, I'm still gonna respond to you. So, but my last thing is thank you to everyone who helped with the Major World Series. This year I was in charge of the broadcasters. It's a lot of work, and they did a great job. And I put a list of all the people on Old Scout. Can't name them all here, but they did a great job announcing, and we'll try to continue that. It's the first ever World Series to have multiple cameras for every game, except for the 2 on the backfield. It's the first one to ever have 2 announcers for every game, except for the 2 games on the backfield. So we're trying to improve the product a little bit, and thank you to those people.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it as always, DW. I know you put in countless hours. So always appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. I'm going to give my shout out to my family for a shout out for allowing me to continue next year. Do you know what I mean? Because that was a family discussion, and going for it next year, and excited to be back and with you crazy folks on the road. So looking forward to it. Big thank you to everyone at USSSA, Bernie in the booth taking good care of us, everyone that tuned in. Remember to like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next Hit and Sit Conference USSSA podcast. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
While bats get hotter and hotter, pitchers are left to fend for themselves. Now, the technology that defends batters and catchers is being used to defend softball pitchers. The Viper Pitcher's Helmet by Schutt is the only NOXI-certified pitcher's helmet on the market, making this the safest helmet in the game. Better visibility and protection, comfortable fit, complete